The NBA on CBS. Today's game is sponsored by Lowenbrau. When it's time for the taste of a truly great beer, let it be Lowenbrau. Subaru, inexpensive and built to stay that way. And by Pepsi-Cola and your local Pepsi bottler, who invite you to catch that Pepsi spirit.
Welcome to the historic Boston Garden, where this afternoon, the red-hot Boston Celtics, who have won 6 in a row, 19 of their last 20 games, play host to the Los Angeles Lakers, who have won 6 of their last 9, as they wrap up a rugged 4-game road swing. Hi, everybody. I'm Gary Bender, and welcome as we start once again our coverage of the NBA on CBS. Alongside me, the rest of the broadcast team, Bill Russell and Rick Barry. And Bill, I look up here, 13 World Championship flags. You are involved in 11 of them. Still some special feelings as you come in here?
Well, you know, it's the first chance I got to look at them, Gary, because when I was working here, I was so busy trying to put an oven up there, I didn't get a chance to enjoy them.
Rick, when you won the World Championship with Golden State in 1975, you didn't have to come in here in those playoffs.
No, we didn't. Fortunately, Bill had to retire sometime, so he let some of the other teams have a chance to win. But it was always a real fond memory to come in here because of the nostalgia involved with Boston Garden and also the old Madison Square Garden.
Rick, you've had an opportunity to see the Lakers recently. Give us a background on what's happening to them.
Well, ever since the Lakers have lost Magic Johnson, they really had a problem trying to get consistency. They were not able to win 2 ball games in a row for quite some time. But now they have won 6 of their last 9, it was pointed out, and they're starting to get themselves going again. Jamal Wilkes has been a prime factor as far as their resurgence is concerned, along with Norm Nixon in the backcourt. And, of course, Kareem Abdul-Jabbar in the middle is always a man to be reckoned with. But they're really going to have their work cut out for him here this afternoon, Bill Russell, against this Boston Celtic team, the hottest team in the league right now.
Yeah, Robert Parrish has really come on strong in the last few games. He's had some real good back-to-back games. I saw him play Friday night. He was just outstanding, rebounding, blocking shots, and scoring. And Larry Bird is having a great year, and they're playing the best I've seen them play in a long time, and their fast break has just been almost perfection.
Well, let's see what the Lakers should do against that great Boston fast break as we go back to Gary Bender for the start of today's game.
All right, Rick, let's check now first the standings. Philadelphia is leading Boston by 2 games, but the Celtics are only 1 game back in that loss column. As far as the Pacific Division is concerned, the Phoenix Suns are rolling. They have a 6.5 game lead over the Los Angeles Lakers, as Phoenix got off the mark so very effectively in that Western Conference, the Pacific Division. As you look at Robert Parrish, the man who had 29 points Friday night in that win against the San Antonio Spurs, this Boston team has won 22 of the last 24. You might recall, as you look at Kareem Abdul-Jabbar, who's the leading vote getter, by the way, in the Western Conference for that All-Star game coming up February 1st. Since the last time we were with you on television, the Celtics were 5 games back, 4 in the loss column. So you can see they've made a lot of ground up on the Philadelphia 76ers since that time. As you look at Paul Westhead, the man who directed the Lakers to the World's Championship last year. There's your starting lineup. Absence of Magic Johnson. That means that Michael Cooper will go at one of the guard spots, and we'll develop that as this game wears on. And here is Parrish, the man they picked up from Golden State. He had 33 points and 29 points the last 2 times out. Joe Gashu, along with Bob Riegel, the 2 officials. Kareem going up against Parrish. Gashu will put it in the air. This is the first meeting of the year between these 2. Last year, the Lakers won both games. It's off to Tiny Archibald, who last week was voted the player of the week in the NBA. And his statistics are just improving game by game. He's having just as good a year as last year in the estimation of Coach Bill Fitch. Parrish picked up by Kareem. You can see that's going to be a great matchup. Bird, and we have a pushing foul inside. Jim Jones, Norm Nixon will actually come away with the personal foul. First foul into Parrish. Parrish off to Chris Ford. Ford is second in the NBA in 3-pointers. Larry Bird moved inside. He walked with a basketball. And so Los Angeles will set it up.
The Lakers have come out playing pretty tough defense, and these 2 clubs have to play good defense, because your good teams are going to play good defense, because good defense triggers your fast break. And both these clubs love the fast break. These 2 clubs, either club can run off 10 or 12 points so quick. You say, what happened? Because, and the primary thing is, Not only are they good scoring machines, but they get most of their scoring off their defense.
And there's a man who's having quite a year. He's had over 22 points the last 24 games. Kareem Abdul-Jabbar as he makes it 2-0. Ford able to save it in, and there's the steal by Cooper. Excellent defensive player, Jamal Wilkes. And Wilkes is having quite a year.
Just like Bill pointed out, the defense made that fast break. A good defensive steal that time, and Jamal with an easy basket down the other end.
4-0, Los Angeles. Archibald.
I'm sorry, Gary. When the Celtics are playing well, they're fast breaking. I watched them play the other night, and when they're fast breaking, they're playing, that's their best game. When they have to work the plays, they're not as effective. And so what the Lakers are going to have to do is to keep them from fast breaking. And the best way to stop a team from fast breaking is to pound the offensive boards, to make them have to send 3 or 4 or 5 guys to the defensive board to make sure you don't get a second shot. That's the best way to stop a fast break.
Already, the Celtics have 3 turnovers. Wilkes on the move. You know, Rick, this guy really isn't getting the credit for the year he's having.
Well, he's just having a great year, and there's another good defensive play there, but a quick jump ball call by Joe Gashu. But Jamal Wilkes is the type of a player who's out there to get 20 points for you, but it doesn't look like he got them. He's not a very flashy type of a player, but the type of player any coach would love to have.
He's quietly averaging 23 points a game. Here's Cornbread Maxwell. Look at that move, a left-hander. Maxwell again. Good tenacity on his part. And the Celtics are on the board. They trail 6-2. Here's Nixon. Beautiful move. Norm Nixon inside.
You know what you'll notice, you would figure that with guys like Kareem and Robert Parrish, you're both good shot blockers, that you wouldn't see very much penetration. But the reason you see penetration today on these two guys is the opposing center is so tough offensively that they hesitate to leave them when someone drives. And they're always a step behind in their reaction. Because when you got a guy that can get 25 or 30 points real easy, you kind of got your hands pulled and closing up the middle.
I think that's an understatement. At that time, Archibald on the charge as they were trying to get that running game going. Here's Wilkes trying to get it in. There's Parrish trying to stay around, at least halfway around his side as Jabbar hits it anyway. Bill, you've told me many times you'd play Kareem a certain way. 10-2, and we're going to have a timeout called by the Boston Celtics. Bill Fitch does not like the way this thing has started. At the 9:27 mark, it's 10-2. We'll be visiting with Bill Russell a little bit about how you defense a guy by the name of Kareem Abdul-Jabbar. We come back now at the 9:26 mark of this first quarter. 10-2. The Lakers off the mark very effectively. Archibald trying to use the pick by Parrish. Tiny, they leave him open and he'll take it. Archibald able to bounce one through his first 2 points. The other 2 points thus far by Cedric Maxwell. Here's Norm Nixon with Archibald on him. Cooper in that backcourt in the absence of Magic Johnson. They're 16-12 since Johnson went out with a knee injury. Archibald, and there's that fast break, getting it down to the other end.
Off with a good defensive play.
10-6, and Jim Jones puts it away.
Well, they work so hard to make a good steal, get a good fast break basket, and then they have a defensive lapse, and they allow the Lakers to come back and get just as easy a basket.
Here's Chris Ford. Cooper respecting that outside shot of his. Larry Bird, who's been having a bad cold. He's been coughing a lot. He was 5 of 15 from the field Friday night, but he still was a factor in the game because of the other parts of these games. Blocked that time by Cooper. Maxwell. Kareem. Out to Jamal Wilkes. Wilkes, in the games that he scored over 30 points, their team has won all of them, 9 of them. That will be the turnover. Hey, giving it back to Boston.
He threw that pass to Joe Gashu.
He's trying to get in with the referees.
There's a phantom plane over there.
There's that pass. A good play by Robert Parrish when he overplayed on that steal. They get the fast break pass out to Tiny, and he takes it in using his body well against Cooper. Here's the other play. Fast break back down. Dunked by Jones. Good play that time by Norm Nixon.
That pass a while ago. He's got a 6th man out there we don't know about. Here's Archibald, and Tiny now getting some confidence, and he's shooting from outside. He has 6 points.
I think Tiny
6 of the Celtics 8.
Tiny was upset about those 2 charging calls, so he's getting a little more offensive-minded.
Here's Kareem Parrish on him. Rebound Jones and a loose ball foul. Been spotted inside by Joe Gashu.
Oh, Jones game what Luke Carnesecca calls the New York subway push on that one.
Bill, I want to develop that. You were telling me about Kareem. You got to take something away from him when you play him defensively.
Well, you know, that sky hook is his favorite shot. Now, what you want to do defensively is not necessarily block a shot or keep him taking, but to bother him with that shot as much as possible so that he has to work, make him have to give 100% for every shot he gets. And so what you do is overplaying physically, but to make him go the other way. But you can't just stand there because then he can go the other way. But you got to work, you got to force away from that shot, but then you got to play the other way. What it means, you got a long day ahead. You got to work hard.
Long
but you got to be willing to do that. And you won't shoot as well the other end, I can tell you that either.
Parrish on that charge a while ago. Kareem, and there he goes. Beautiful arching shot that time by the big guy.
Now, that's the shot you want him to have to make. That shot, if you're going to guard him, that shot you want him to have to make.
You see Cooper collapsing back on Parrish, and Parrish gets it to go anyway. And that's the kind of shooting that Parrish has had this last week.
An outstanding shooter for a man his size.
14-10. The Lakers lead cut to 2. Nixon. Wilkes with Maxwell on in. Jamal looking inside, trying to get it to Jones. Here's Kareem. Wilkes is open. Parrish with a rebound. Wilkes beat New Jersey the other night on the last second shot. He's been a clutch performer for this team. Ford looked like he was going to try the three-pointer. Off to Bird. Good ball movement. Parrish tries to follow. Parrish, but we have a loose ball foul. The basket will not count. Loose ball foul coming up as Parrish hitting the board.
But there's a good example of great smart team play. Now, here we go. Now, watch the drive coming in by Chris Ford. He sees Bird. Now, Bird, see, he was covered. He moved away from his man to get open. He drives in, tries a tough lefty reverse layup. Here comes Parrish to the board. Now, watch Jones grab his arm. Right over there, he whacked him on the arm, and that's where the foul was called.
That's the second foul now on Jim Jones. 14-10. Los Angeles by 2. 6:14 to go, first quarter. Maxwell with that left-hander. Jones brings it down. Off it comes to Cooper. Norm Nixon. You can see Ford and Archibald trying to make him pick up the dribble, and he lost it.
Two good defensive plays by both teams going down, because these teams, you have to play good defense against these two teams because they can score so fast. But like I said, most of their points will come off of good defensive plays. That's where they get their breaks, mainly.
Thus far in this game, LA with 3 turnovers. Boston with 5. Inside, the foul coming up. And I'll tell you, Jim Jones has 3 quick ones.
Well, you know, his wife, he and his wife just had a baby about 5 days ago, and maybe he's still thinking about the little kid at home.
Well, he was trying to do the right. He was trying to do the right thing by fronting that time, but obviously he was holding a little bit while he was attempting to do that.
He was holding a lot.
Wasn't subtle about it at all, huh? Parrish with Kareem on him. Look at the pass to Bird. Beautiful play. There's a big man really doing a good job passing the ball.
Well, that's one of the things about these teams, like these two teams, there are about 5 or 6 teams this league that are playing real good. And what you find that all the players are good passers, and they don't mind passing. They're playing pretty good defense, and they're doing a lot of different things.
There's the 4th turnover against Los Angeles. Archibald, he saves it into Cooper, but Bird has it. Everett Maxwell out to Ford.
There, let somebody hold it.
This crowd's starting to get open and really opening up as Archibald can't get it. Off it comes to Nixon. Nixon, one of the fastest men in the NBA. And there's
super move there.
Hey, Phil, this is like, reminds me of the old Celtic-Laker matchups that you guys used to run up and down the court. I mean, you don't see a lot of this happening a lot in the NBA. A lot of teams like to slow it down now, but this is good old-fashioned fast break, wide-open basketball with tough defense.
Mark Landsberger getting ready to come into the Los Angeles lineup. 16-12, the Lakers. You can see that the Celtics really getting a lot of movement after being sluggish early. Parrish that high archer, and that will go over to Los Angeles. Let's go back to Nixon.
Here's that move that Norm Nixon made, reverse. He shot it left-handed. You find a lot of guys, even in this league, that don't shoot with the other hand. If they're left-handed, they'll be all left. If they're right-handed, they'll be all right. And he's just a good example of how to use the other hand and get an easy shot.
Landsberger, as we mentioned, checking in now for Los Angeles. He's the big rebounder on this team. Jamal Wilkes, Silk as they called him. Boy, was that a smooth-looking shot. 18-12, Los Angeles. Only 2 teams last year shut out Boston in the regular season play. One of them was LA, the other Seattle. There's Maxwell inside, and the foul.
On that play, Jamal Wilkes should have switched off on that play, and he didn't do it. The Tiny Archibald ran off. Now watch it again. Now here comes the play coming up. Now watch when this play comes. Tiny's going to give up the ball. He's going to make a cut. He'll come off of a screen right here by Bird. Now Jamal should have switched right there. He didn't. That left Tiny open. Now the man Landsberger has to come over, which left the man Cornbread open to pass by Archibald, and there's the basket and the foul.
That's the first on Landsberger. Landsberger was out for about a month with an ankle sprain, and when he came back, Coach Paul Westhead said, our thug is back because he is really a physical player. 18-15. A little pressure in the backcourt now by the Celtics. Nixon, the quarterback of this club, now that Magic is out of there. Cooper's had to start 15 games since Magic Johnson's been out of there, and they lose his ability to come off the bench. There's the pass. Maxwell trying to front Kareem, and some pretty good aggressive defense that time by the Celtics.
And Bill, I will say this. I talked to Robert Parrish before the ball game, and he was going to attempt to play Kareem the way that you said. He's trying to hopefully force him to take that jump shot rather than to turn in sky hook to the right.
With 5 seconds on the shot clock, Nixon gets one underway, and Cooper follows.
I think you'll find that what you try to do in guarding a guy like that is cut down on his percentage. And also, hopefully cut down the number of shots he takes, make him pass a little more.
Eddie Jordan has checked in, number 15 for Los Angeles. Bird. Larry Bird, as we mentioned, had a slow shooting night Friday night. 20-17. Into Kareem. Parrish trying to deny him that hook. Going to make him put up the jumper. Parrish did a good job that time.
Exactly. Exactly what they want to have happen.
Bird trying to get that hot hand that he's had previous to Friday night. Larry Bird just done everything remarkable way. Well, 15th in scoring in the NBA. Off it comes to Archibald again. Off to Ford. Chris Ford, you got to respect him outside. To Parrish. Parrish is held. There's a foul coming up, the penalty in effect as Kareem picks up the personal foul.
Now, offensively against Kareem, in order to work against Kareem offensively, you want to make him have to use lateral movement, side to side, not up and down. So if you try to go up and down, you're out of it.
With Rick Barry and Bill Russell, I'm Gary Bender. As a sold-out Boston Garden here, we have a 20-17 game in favor of Los Angeles.
One thing we should try to point out in talking about team defensive philosophy is that what you try to do is to keep the team from inside your gut. In other words, the 12-foot area and on into the basket. Try to make them take perimeter shots. This game so far, the Lakers have managed to get 8 baskets. 8 of their baskets have come inside that 12-foot area, which means they're getting good fast break opportunities. They're working inside, and that's hurting the Celtics. The Celtics, conversely, have only gotten 4 inside baskets. That is a big factor right now. Also, the penalty situation. There are no fouls against the Celtics and 5 against Los Angeles. 5 against the Celtics, none against Los Angeles.
Speaking of 5, Parrish has 5 rebounds in this game.
It's the
I know what you were saying.
It's 5 against the Lakers and none against the Celtics.
Hold out front on the
We have another foul coming up against Boston.
See, well, now with 38 seconds to go before the 2-minute mark, the Celtics can afford to be overly physical when they're not in the act of shooting because they're not going to go into that penalty situation.
That's the first on Maxwell. Here's Eddie Jordan, picked up from the New Jersey Nets. He's been a welcome addition since the injury to Magic, and here's Maxwell picking up another foul. 2 in a hurry. Joe Gashu spotting that, and Cornbread not too happy about that development. Cooper now will inbounds it for the Lakers. Cooper last year started only 9 games. They really liked him coming off the bench. Here's Kareem. He's got the position. Beautiful shot. 22-18. Jabbar with 8 points. Archibald with Jordan on him. Jordan very quick. And Gerald Henderson now is checked in. Henderson coming in for Chris Ford.
Come on.
Nixon on him. Henderson, one of the quickest men in the NBA. Landsberger with the rebound. Off to Nixon. Norm Nixon. Position underneath, but the Celtics will get it. They had 3 men under there, almost lost the rebound. Archibald with Nixon on him. 1:54 remaining in this first quarter. And stolen by Kareem. To Eddie Jordan. Back to Kareem. And Kareem on that break is Parrish. Rejects it. Parrish coming in here is 4th in the NBA in block shots.
Well, I guess I'll give him something to think about. That's a good steal by Kareem.
But that was also a lasting impression that Parrish left at the other end as the Celtics come away with it. Tiney's been open in this game. Archibald has had the open shots, and he has 8 points. 22-20. Celtics getting off very slowly. Now have climbed within 2. Kareem with a quick move. Bird inside. Bird this particular time in the NBA is 5th in rebounding as Cooper comes away, but Bird again with it. And it's stolen this time by Jordan, and this will be put away.
These two teams are working today. I mean, they're playing good defense, and every mistake you pay for it.
And no sloppy with your passes because the teams are working hard in the defense, and if you're sloppy with your passes, those balls can be picked off just like we've seen here.
It's going back and forth like a tennis game. And the foul coming up against Michael Cooper.
21! Push!
Cooper with his first personal foul. Nixon will check out. Jamal Wilkes will come in. Kareem comes out as Jones. Jim Jones, number 9, will come in. Jones was benched for a while. They took him out at one stage. Kind of affected his confidence, but he has come back in to become a starter again at forward.
Yeah, he was having a hard time for a while. He wasn't getting rebounding, and things just weren't working for him for a while. And I think that he's one of the guys that the way he plays, he really misses. Some of the guys miss Magic more than other guys, and in subtle ways. You know, it's not the obvious things that, you know, you get shots and all that kind of stuff. It's just those things that he did that made it easier for him to play. That was what made it so good for the Lakers. That's why he was so important to him, is that he did subtle things that made it easier for the other guys to play.
Jordan with Archibald on him. Cooper still in the backcourt with him. This is Cooper with Henderson on him. Henderson worked in the offseason hard to develop his ball control. Rebound by Parrish. Up it comes now to Archibald. Tiney with Jordan on him. Baseline, beautiful to Maxwell.
That was just a super pass on the part of Tiney that time, and he just took it right off the dribble and rifled it inside to Cornbread, who had an easy basket.
That's something Boston can do so well. Some people feel that they may be the best passing team in the NBA. Here's Jones with Parrish on him. Jones at the long ways off. Landsberger. Here's a guy that takes up a lot of room under there. And that will end our first quarter of play. And so, after 12 minutes of play here in the Boston Garden, Bill Fitch's crew is within 3 of the Los Angeles Lakers, a team they lost to twice last year. The Los Angeles Lakers wrapping up this 4-game road swing with a 3-point lead after 12 minutes of play.
Bill talked about the fast break the Celtics have had going for them. The Lakers have executed better. They've scored more points off their fast breaks than the Celtics have, and they're also getting inside that Celtic defense as a result of that. They scored 11 baskets inside that 12-foot area, and that's really tough to win when you let that much go inside against you as Kareem gets a wrist.
Jim Jones coming in there to play the pivot. Landsberger along with Jamal Wilkes in that front court. Here is Wilkes, Cornbread on him. Little faking going on, and he lost the basketball. Archibald needs some help. He's used up his dribble. Wait a minute, he may be hurt. Did he hurt himself?
I think he didn't want to get a call for a 10-second violation or something. I don't really believe that he's hurt. It's a pretty smart call. There was nobody around to throw the ball to. The clock was ticking down. It was within 4 seconds. Did a pretty good acting job, it looks like.
You can have 1 20-second timeout per half. They do not call it an injury timeout anymore.
See, he had dribbled the ball already. He knew he couldn't dribble to take it up. Nobody was coming back, so he called that 20-second timeout, which you're allowed 1 in each half.
Archibald did limp a little, though. You got to admit that, right?
Well, that's from the old school of just a little acting every now and then.
See, here he goes. He felt that he had taken the dribble when he really hadn't, though. See, he thought that was a dribble. I think he could have dribbled, don't you, Bill? But he had one left.
They started to say they only had 4 seconds to get that over the timeline, but they got it after that timeout.
They don't use this combination of guard very often either.
Here's Parrish. Look at the high arch on that shot.
But you know what's amazing about his shot is he uses a very high arch. For a guy that size, they don't normally use that much arch.
Jordan hits the deck, but we have a foul.
I don't know why the people are booing. They called a backcourt foul against Eddie Jordan. And the Celtic fans are booing. They think that the foul is being called the other way. Now they're starting to cheer.
Look at this. Milwaukee leading Portland 27-17. Big physical team, those Milwaukee Bucks.
Yeah, Bob Lavire's happy he's finally got a chance to play with some people around him that could win some games.
Jordan must be saying, what do I have to do? I hit the deck and they get me for a backcourt foul at the same time.
Well, his feet just went out from under him, and he just grabbed the hold of Henderson.
Henderson with 2 shots coming on that backcourt foul. And he gets the tail end of it, and we're all even 26 all. 11-13 to go until halftime. At halftime, we'll have part 2, talking about the Celtic dynasty, a report on the Grand Prix tennis from Madison Square Garden. Landsberger off to Jamal Wilkes. He has an interesting shot, the way he gets his elbow out before he shoots
But he
the ball.
brings it in before he releases it to the proper position. If he had kept it out there and left it out there, he could not shoot the ball the way he does.
Now, as this game goes on with this intensity, the benches will become very important. In that Boston, they'll use at least 10 guys, and the Lakers in the tough games don't use that many guys because they have they're only playing about 7 guys, and in fact they've used a couple guys now they don't normally use when they're healthy.
Cooper picking up the foul after Landsberger did earlier. You know, interestingly enough, last year, Bill and Rick, this Laker team had only 5 games missed by players due to injury. It's been a different story this year, and that hurts that depth that Bill was talking about.
Well, if you don't have the depth, well, we're very rarely going to be able to win a championship. Usually the championship teams are teams that are injury-free most of the season, especially when you come to playoff time.
Bill, that year you won a back-to-back in 68-69. The second year, did you have a lot of injuries?
Well, the last year we had a lot of injuries during the season, but we were relatively healthy during the playoffs.
Of course, you fellas had a little depth also.
What's that?
You fellas had a little depth.
Just a bit.
Of course, that's the last team ever to win it back-to-back 12 years ago on a reaching over foul against Parrish. That is his second personal foul.
Now, what he has to be careful of, he gets himself in the frame of mind to play against Kareem. And there's a tendency to let up when Kareem goes out of the game. Now, he's got Jim Jones, and this is the guy that'll get you that foul that ends up getting you in trouble during the game because you waste 1 or 2 fouls on a guy like that, and then you end up guarding Kareem, and the legitimate fouls are the ones that get you, those bad fouls are the ones that get you in foul trouble.
There's that subway push again. This time Landsberger gets called for it.
He's picked up 3 in a hurry now.
Here we see, now watch Landsberger. He gives a little shove down low with his forearm right on Larry Bird. The official was in position to pick it up.
Little shove by him is not little.
That's true.
Maxwell, Landsberger on him. Marking foul difficulty early as Parrish. Boy, does he have touch, this big 7-footer.
Of course, if that shot doesn't go in, he's not exactly the best offensive rebounding position either.
30-28. The Celtics with the lead for the first time in this game. Jones with Parrish on him. Jones is going to try to take him in. Got away with it.
Help down, Ed.
Well,
Sometimes you forget.
Broke the cardinal rule and left his feet.
But Jones is 6'11". You forget that sometimes as he plays that forward spot, so he was able to do that. Archibald. Jamal Wilkes with the rebound. I guess, Rick, one thing that LA's tried to do is run a little more this year. They've tried to put in that LaSalle fast break that Paul Westhead had when he was in college.
It's working well when Magic was there, but of course when he's out, they just lose so much, as Bill pointed out.
Henderson on Jordan, 2 very quick people, and he didn't even see the basket that time. Parrish up high. Bird has Jordan having a tough time staying on his feet. Parrish, beautiful. 9 points for Parrish. 32-30.
This year is establishing himself as one of the better centers in the league. Sometimes it takes a center 2-3 years. It's probably the most difficult coming in because there's so much more physical in there.
Norm Nixon. Nixon coming out to try to pick him up was Maxwell. It's all even again. 32 all. 10 for Maxwell, and we're going to have a foul. Let's go back to that previous sequence.
There you see Bird tried to get the fast break pass out. Jordan gets it, slips down, picked up by Henderson. Here Parrish makes a move, a little fake, turns and throws the hook. Jones couldn't get up to it.
A foul on Nixon is second. The penalty in effect at the 8:35 mark of the second quarter. The New Jersey Nets, they broke a 14-game losing streak last night, but they're trailing in this one. 33-21.
It must have felt kind of funny to them. They said, well, we can't do this. This is no fun. Winning games?
Interesting in this first quarter, Bill, the Lakers never scored 1 point on free throws. They didn't get a bad point, and the Celtics only had 3. And with the aggressive defense that's being played, there weren't an overabundance of fouls being called against the teams. A lot of offensive fouls.
There's Rick Roby. Well, in the foul situation, Los Angeles has 12. Boston was 6.
And I think 3 of the Boston fouls were offensive fouls. 2 against Tiny and 1 against Robert Parrish.
Penalty in, 2 free throws coming for Cornbread Maxwell. Maxwell this year has changed a little bit. As Bill Fitch was saying, they've had to move him away from his little nest underneath the basket. He's had to change his game a little bit.
Well, you know, those guys that score, not shooters, scorers, they'll do whatever is necessary to get their shots. And if he's playing inside, he wouldn't get as many shots as he wanted.
Hey, look at this. Sixers playing well. 33-19. Wilkes off to Nixon. Archibald jumping out on him. Rick Roby now, as also Jim Brewer is checked in for the Lakers. Nixon tipped up by Brewer. Jim Brewer with the follow tip. Brewer, a fine offensive rebounder for this Los Angeles team. 34 all, 8 minutes to go in this first half of play. Kevin McHale, the rookie out of Minnesota, their #1 draft pick, to Roby. What depth this Boston team has.
Did Jim Brewer also go to Minnesota?
He was recruited by Bill Fitch in college. Kevin McHale.
You got 2 guys in Minnesota guarding each other.
A few years apart at Minnesota, but you're right. McHale, they say, is so loose. He has such confidence as a rookie. Wilkes trying to take it up against Cornbread. That will go off of Maxwell. It'll be the Lakers basketball.
Good idea on that play.
You know, when you're passing the heavy traffic, a lot of times the bounce pass is the best pass, because in order to stop it, they'll have to kick it, and it's a violation, so you get the ball back.
There's an example, Bill, and not denying that sky hook. As Kareem hit it and made it look easy.
The reason that last pass didn't work either, that bounce pass, it wasn't led far enough.
Henderson, rebound Kareem. Out it comes to Nixon. Archibald trying to get there. But that's tough to catch up with a guy by the name of Norm Nixon.
Again, the Lakers getting that fast break opportunity. The Celtics are not hitting the outside shot. The Lakers are controlling the boards and getting that fast outlet, long pass down the court. They're getting a lot of layups off of that, and that's hurt the Celtics.
Well, the Celtics don't run their plays that well enough to get the kind of shots they want to get, so they end up with that.
Steal by Wilkes. Here's another one.
Oh, you almost missed that one.
Again, Tiny tried to force his way into the middle. He got hung up for the turnover. Good defense on the part of the Lakers.
Bill Fitch is unhappy. He feels that maybe he was hammered on that last play. 40-36. The Lakers back up on top by 4. Archibald with Jordan on him. Rick Roby. Kareem comes out. Roby takes him inside. Up to Nixon. 2-on-2. Now they have 3 men. Wilkes. They left him open.
That's what I mean. These 2 teams play such good defense, and they get a lot of their baskets are off that defense.
And that's 5 baskets they've gotten inside. Again, 3 straight layups off the break. 5 of their last 6 baskets. 6 of their last 7 have come inside, so they've got a 6-point lead as a result of that. Last sequence. Now here's Roby going in for his shot. He gets it in. You'll see how the Lakers have a good defensive cup formed inside there. They're going to the board strong. Now the 2 guards from the Celtics come back, but they don't go into a tandem, and they're able to get Jamal Wilkes an easy layup on the right side.
And what's happening with the Celtics, they're running, I think what's happening to them, they're running a man-to-man offense against his own defense.
Oh, really?
That's what they got to get, stuff inside, right under the basket. And it's hard when you run a man-to-man offense and the other team's playing a zone.
I thought you couldn't run a zone, Mr. Russell.
Well, it's a sophisticated man-to-man.
That's like 55-mile-an-hour speed limit.
That's good defense again by the Celtics.
Maxwell that time looked like he was a fullback carrying the ball down the field. He got it off to Roby.
He had some downfield blocking, I can tell you that.
And what's kept the Celtics in the game are plays just like this. That's about the 6th time that they've stolen the ball against the Lakers in their set offense and been able to come down the other end of the court, either get a fast break opportunity or a free throw situation like this. And without that, they could really be in big trouble in this ball game.
Maxwell to the line. Bill Fitch calling that timeout as his team had tied it up. In fact, we've been tied 6 times. We've had 7 lead changes.
What we'll try to do is get another one of those wide shots. We've been getting some great shots from Sandy Grossman, our director, and try to show you that zone that Bill's talking about, how the Lakers are just forming that cup inside, especially when the ball's deep in the corner. They've got everybody inside almost that key area.
Well, you talk about the foul situation. Nixon, Jones, and Landsberger, each of those have 3 personal fouls in this game. And as we mentioned, the Lakers don't have that great depth. There's your score. Los Angeles by 2. Jordan's seen a lot of playing time. He was glad to come over from the New Jersey Nets. They gave up a #1 draft pick in 1982. Nixon.
Bad weak side defense that time. A guard should not be able to drive from that far out and get all the way to the basket without somebody getting in his way.
Nixon in this game with 12 points. Or Nixon coming into this action, averaging just over 16 a game. Henderson, Gale, they try to get good ball movement, and that gets him 2 points.
Well, Maxwell just knocked Jamal Wilkes out of the way to get his position on that one. And that's the reason that he had the ball for an easy layup. He just knocked Jamal out of the way, and the ball was thrown to him.
Maxwell has 13 points, and again, he's one of those guys that you look at the box score afterwards, you say, how many points did he score? He sneaks up on you a little bit. Hitting the deck, Henderson, Kareem, and a foul against Rick Roby.
Now watch this play we talked about with Cornbread. Now watch Cornbread come up in the picture. You go deep in the left part of your screen. Now watch him come up here. Now watch what he does. See what he did to Jamal Wilkes. He just knocked him out of the way. Said, hey, I want the ball, Jamal. Get out of here. No foul. Easy basket.
Non-contact sport, right?
Yeah, a little contact. See, football's a collision sport. This is just contact.
Kareem at the line this year, shooting 78%. This guy is 7th in rebounding, 6th in scoring, and leading the NBA in block shots.
I believe that's the first point the Lakers have gotten in this game on the free throw line.
46-42, 4-point lead for the Lakers. Henderson, Nixon on him. Rick Roby, off to Maxwell. Jamal Wilkes picks him up.
You know, under other circumstances, these two teams could afford to lose a game. But they're in such dogfights in their divisional races. LA is 6 games out, like 6 games behind Phoenix. And the Celtics are still 1 game in the loss column behind Philadelphia. And Philadelphia's winning again today. So if either team loses, they lose valuable ground.
I think one of the big decisions they have to make, Bill and Rick, is how long to hold Magic out. They want to keep close to Phoenix. They got to decide how cautious to be with that knee.
You can't be too cautious. But a guy like Magic Johnson, at his age and his ability, it wouldn't make any sense to bring him back too fast.
Well, he thinks he can come back right now, but
well, when I was that age, I thought I could get back all the time off injuries too. But sometimes the thought process that you have there is not really the smartest thing to do because you have a lot of enthusiasm going.
He's talking about mid-February. I think the doctor's talking about the 1st of March.
32 is holding down.
That foul was going on McHale. Kevin McHale is first.
A little push in there, trying to get fighting for position here. Just a little hold, not that a lot, and he was going to hold back.
I think Brewer caught that one across the face. Against Boston now, they have 13 turnovers. Los Angeles with 11, and there's another turnover. Both these teams having a difficult time mechanically, and Paul Westhead is not too happy.
Well, one of the things is the teams, if they're used to playing against a lot of teams, don't put a lot of pressure on defense. They can throw any type of pass and it goes through, but if a guy's pressuring you throw a bad pass, they pick it off.
Maxwell not quite under control, but Ford has it. Chris Ford with his first 2 points.
You know, Gary, earlier when I was talking about guarding Kareem like that, one of the things you have to hold a guy like that that's reasonably under control is your guards and forwards. As soon as the guy that's trying to pass it to him picks up his dribble, have got to get all over him to make that pass in so difficult as possible.
Wilkes can't get it to go. Cooper saves it to Nixon. Nice heads-up play. Back to Jamal. Jamal inside. The basket will count.
Now, the people don't like this, but this is a good call. This is one of the toughest calls you can make in the game. When that man driving to the basket picks up his trailing foot, and he's planted to go to the basket, that defensive man must be stationary. Now let's watch the play coming back. Here's Jamal. He's going now. Roby has moved over after Jamal has picked up his rear foot. And once that happens, if there's a contact, it should be on the defensive player.
3-point play possibility for Wilkes, and he gets it. 50-44. Jamal with 13. 14 points in this game by Kareem. And also 13 by Nixon. Good balanced scoring in this first half. Steal by Cooper. Boy, this guy can play defense. Look at that move. Rebound, Roby. Up to Archibald. The quickness of Michael Cooper, but he didn't get it to go. Archibald at the other end.
First thing the defensive man must do is try to stop the man with the ball. and not let the man with the ball take it all the way to the basket.
You know, Archibald has changed his style of play. If you remember a few years ago, Archibald led this league in scoring and assists in 1 year.
Only guy to ever do that, Bill.
I asked him before the game, he said, hey, how do you like your new role? And he said, hey, I like it a lot. You know, I just figured out that if I don't have to score 35 a game, he said, I can play a lot longer. They're paying pretty good.
Penalty now in as that last foul sending Kareem to the line. Well, Archibald did not sign his contract until about 3 days at the start of the season, and Bill Fitch said, you got to earn your starting job back, and he didn't start the first 6 or 7. But he's back there now. The foul going on Roby. That's his third personal.
That was just a joke.
Just a joke?
Right.
Little motivation factor. Got his attention anyway. Look at the shooting percentages from the field for this guy, 60%. Both he and Maxwell finished over 60% last year. They were the first to do that since Wilt had done it several years before. Maxwell winning the NBA field goal percentage. Just barely edging out Kareem. 51-46. Maxwell into McHale. The 6'11" rookie for Minnesota. Rebound by Kareem. Excellent position that time off to Jamal Wilkes. 2:44 to go in this first half of play. 51-46 Los Angeles. Jordan using that pick by Kareem.
They'll give that all night long. They'll give him that shot all night. Now this is the defensive rebound the last time down the floor of the Celtics game. This Kareem, he had inside position. He didn't really jump very high, but when it's 7'2", it helps a lot.
Yeah, when you got 2 guys 7 foot, and they say, well, watch out, we'll both reach.
Jones now with 4 personal fouls. 5-point lead for the Los Angeles Lakers. We've just been told that at halftime of our game, CBS News will report about the latest developments on the American hostages in Iran. I'm sure everyone throughout our nation very, very much concerned about just what will happen, and we'll update you. CBS News at half, along with our report on the Celtic dynasty. Red Auerbach, Bill Russell, and Bob Ryan of the Boston Globe, and a report on Grand Prix tennis. So we have a very busy halftime. Kevin McHale with 2 shots coming.
Lakers are still controlling the inside game. They've got 8 baskets inside, and Celtics only have 5 so far in this quarter, and they're still beating them on their own game. The fast break that Bill pointed out before the game. The Celtics have not been able to get totally on track.
Kevin McHale gets the other one. 51-47. I now have been told we will not have a report on the Grand Prix tennis because of the CBS News report. As out comes into Kareem Abdul-Jabbar. Parrish on him, and there's Ford trying to help out. Cooper. Good hustling defense by the Celtics. 3 seconds on the shot clock. Turnover, giving it back to Boston. What defense that time?
The reason the Lakers are off the bench, they felt that he got pushed. And if he gets pushed and he touches the line, it either has to be a violation or a foul. They chose to call the violation. That's why the Lakers were hot.
There's a double team on Parrish. 2 minutes to go in this first half of play. Look how they collapse on him. He lost it. Here comes Cooper. Well, they did the same thing at the other end, the double team. Jordan off to Landsberger. He walked with a basket.
They missed Jamal Wilkes that time. Eddie Jordan with the ball could have got the ball to Jamal. He would have had an easy layup on that play. Landsberger also could have gotten it to him. When he finally did see him, he walked with the ball, so they missed a golden opportunity.
Archibald with Jordan on him. McHale. McHale into Parrish. Look at the crowd he draws. The Ford back into Parrish. Parrish with 2 men on him.
That's something you wouldn't expect to see with the #1 shot blocker on your team. Kareem getting a lot of help. Both these teams are working hard defensively. You have to do that so that you take a guy like Parrish or Kareem, what you want to do is to make him change his shot if possible. Not necessarily blocking or steal the ball, but to make him have to think before he shoots.
That's a perfect example of what Bill talked about. Parrish was afraid to leave Kareem that time. Because he was afraid to leave Kareem, the basket was able to be made. He was late getting over.
That basket by Cooper. That's a 3-pointer. Chris Ford with a 3-pointer. He's second in the NBA. Only Brian Taylor of San Diego leads him. He's a remarkable shooter from that area. That cuts it to 2. 53-51 Los Angeles. Ford with a great confidence in that area. The 3-point play. There's Ford reaching in, committing the foul. Really collapsing on Kareem. Let's go back to that 3-pointer.
Oh, there's the pass out to 4. You've got to get up on. He's on the line. That is not a three-point play. He is standing right on the line. You can see it as clear as anything. They give him a three-pointer on that one, but Cooper laid off. You can't lay off a Chris Ford out there. You've got to get up on him, take that shot away, but that is a one-point bonus for the Celtics on that play.
This reminder again, CBS News at halftime will update us on the latest developments concerning the American hostages in Iran. So stay with us for our halftime. 55-51, Los Angeles. Larry Bird. Jamal Wilkes on him. Last year in a game they played here, Cooper was on Bird, and he shut him out in the second half. Here's Parrish, beautiful play. Robert Parrish.
Take that, big guy. They did not give a two-point goal to Chris Ford, even though he set it from that range. There was no signal that went up, so we take that one back.
Boy, he's on a streak, isn't he? 33, 29, and today. And Green comes back and back at you. There's the time left in this first half. 12, Parrish. Here's Cooper. Up to Jamal Wilkes. Archibald trying to hold him up. Wilkes with 4 seconds left in this first half. 59-53 as our first half comes to a close here in the Boston Garden. A wide open affair here as Los Angeles getting off quickly. Boston playing catch-up basketball. At halftime now, we'll have a report reminiscing about the Boston Garden and also the latest development on the American hostages in Iran. So please stay with us. There's our halftime score, 59-53. The Lakers trying to break the 6-game losing streak of the Boston Celtics. At the conclusion of today's game, and each of our NBA telecasts during the season, we'll be selecting the Miller Most Valuable Player of the Game. In conjunction with this award, Miller will present a check for $1,000 to the Special Olympics organization in the name of the player selected. Bill, you, Rick, and I will be voting for the MVP, and today's winner will be announced at the end of the telecast. Think we can agree?
I doubt it.
Why should we start now?
Yeah, I got to make a correction. 6-game winning streak, not 6-game losing streak that we're trying to break here.
Oh, that's all right. We were going to tell you about it later, Garrett.
I knew you would, so I wanted to correct it now.
Amazing shooting percentages in the first half.
Well, they were 60% for Los Angeles, 55 for Boston.
And the reason for that was the defense gave them a lot of layups.
And the Lakers got 21 baskets inside that 12-foot area, and a great many of those were off of layups in the fast break.
There's the scoring in that first half. Kareem leading everyone with 19. Wilkes with 15.
Those two together were 14 for 20 from the floor, 70% shooting. Nixon right behind them was 6 for 10.
On the other hand, Maxwell and Parrish scoring honors for Boston with 13 each. As far as foul difficulty is concerned, they have to be concerned about that because Jones has 4, 3 on Nixon and 3 on Landsberger. Also coming up with 3 personal fouls was Roby for the Boston Celtics.
Both teams high in the turnovers. The Lakers gave up 13 turnovers for 19 points. The Celtics 14 for 15 points against them.
Second half, trying to backdoor to Cooper. Maxwell. The Celtics have had to play catch-up all afternoon long against this Los Angeles team. Parrish to Maxwell. Maxwell. And it's 59-55.
Jim Jones should have been over a little bit further from the weak side. He could have been able to shut that play down. He was a little late getting there. As a result, Maxwell got an easy basket.
Here's Jones. Jones playing with 4 personals against Bird. Kareem taking it inside. Parrish doing an excellent job. Parrish is hurt. Parrish has hurt himself. Here's Maxwell off to Bird. I think Parrish either pulled a muscle or he's got a cramp. He's really limping.
He got kneed, I believe, in the muscle. I'm not sure where, but somewhere on the leg. He seems to be okay. He'll probably run it out.
59-57.
He will. I don't think Fitz is going to take him out of the game.
He has to run it out.
Got it up, huh? There's Wilkes. Boy, is he something to watch. 17 points for Jamal.
That's 8 for 10 shooting tonight. This afternoon, I mean. 8 for 10 shooting.
There's Parrish. As you said, he's shaking it off. Grin and bear it, huh? Here's Bird taking Wilkes inside. Pushing off by Larry Bird.
Well, let's take a look and see where Parrish got hurt. Jabbar came down, and when he came down, he kneed him. You see him limping, and on the rebound, his knee just caught him.
Well, he's lucky. That's the kind of, it's a bruise rather than a pull.
Larry Bird picking up the foul, his first of the game. 61-57. Wilkes into Kareem. Oh, what a battle these two 7-footers are having. Parrish playing with a lot of confidence, but Kareem gets it to go anyway.
That'll shake your confidence.
Did everything but throw the kitchen sink at it, and he still got it to go down. 63-57. But Parrish is a different basketball player, isn't he, Bill, than last year at Golden State?
Well, they use a different type of offense, and the defense is a little different. And this suits his game a little better than he did at Golden State.
Look at this move. He thinks he's a guard. He just won't give up.
That's the 4th try. That'll kill his shooting percentage quick.
10, hits the elbow, 2 shots.
Here comes the big fella on the pass inside to him. Gives a pump fake, loses Kareem, takes it to the hole, little pump, misses again. He'll get the rebound on the tip. Misses another short one. Now he's going to get a couple free throw tries. At least nobody can bother on this one. With the Lakers ahead here, 63-57 in the 3rd quarter. Normal 7-footer coming down the middle, dribbling on a drive with a little fake around Jamal Wilkes. He comes around him, little pump fake there, shoots the shot, a little high in the glass. See, it hits too far out in the rim. He comes back. Now right there, he tries to make an easy one. Tips it again. Now he gets his 4th try on the rebound. On that 2nd try, Bill, don't you think if he had caught the ball and come back down, just taken it up and crammed it, he's got it for sure.
Well, see, when you're out there with a guy like Kareem, no matter where he is, you try and get that shot off as soon as you can. Now, that's one of the things that shows how statistics can be so misleading. Now, his shooting percentage will go down because he took 4 shots there and didn't make any of them. But that was playing good ball. He was hustling.
Right, he's 6 for 9 now. That made him 6 for 13 right away. He's under 50%.
Did you see that Portland score? They've taken lead over Milwaukee. That last foul, by the way, on Nixon was his 4th. So both he and Jones have 4 personals.
He plays as well with 4 fouls and 5 fouls as anyone in the league.
And that's Norm Nixon that Bill is talking about as it comes off to Cooper. Forward on him. Kareem with 21 points in this game already. His high for the year is 42. Nixon, you said it, he's playing with 4 and he gets 2 points.
Well, the big thing is he doesn't stop hustling on the defensive end of the court like a lot of players will do.
Parrish. Maxwell tried to take it up, but taken away by Wilkes. Batted away by Maxwell. It'll be the Lakers basketball.
That's a perfect example of the intensity of the defense. Now, most players wouldn't have tried to get that easy pass there that Maxwell went after.
Miscommunications there. Jones didn't see the pass. Bird with the steal. There's Ford setting up at that 3-point area. Out to Archibald. Here's Parrish again. Jones underneath Maxwell.
He used the basket between Karimo. He used behind it, so he went across the basket so he couldn't go over the block shot.
17 points for Cornbread. A 5-point lead for the Lakers. Almost taken away by Bird. There's Jamal, and that'll quiet you down a little bit.
Boy, he really has got the shot rolling for him this afternoon. He's been shooting over 50% all season long.
Remarkable guy. 11th in the NBA in scoring. You don't hear a lot about him, but boy, they love him in Los Angeles. Here's Maxwell taking on everybody. Parrish tries to follow, and Wilkes has committed the foul.
Now, what happened? The weak side didn't help out. When the guy drives to the middle, you got to try to stop the shot, but someone has got to block off on the weak side. And the guard should come down there and block off there so that they don't get that rebound like that. So no screening out.
Parrish at the line again. He's been a busy man there, not getting it to go. This year he's been shooting 70% from the start.
That makes the center look bad. That's why Bill pointed that out, you see, because he goes over to help out on the driver to block the shot. His man gets the ball back. He says, hey, somebody box that guy out.
A little vicarious experience there. 67-61. Archibald and Nixon going after each other. Into Kareem. Partially blocked by Parrish that time. Here comes Archibald. Nixon is back. Archibald slipped, and he traveled with the ball, or was he fouled? No, he's fouled by Nixon, and that's 5. Nixon doesn't believe it. Personal foul.
He's got to go to the bench now. Let's see if we can pick up the foul here. Looks tiny with the ball. Makes a little cut. You can see him slip a little bit. There's Nixon. Oh, he just slipped. There was no contact on that play.
I thought for a moment they'd whistled a traveling violation, but instead Nixon's still in there with 5. They've left him in. Parrish. Robert Parrish now with 17. Now we can see if we can play with 5 fouls. Well, he seems to not let that bother him at all. 17 for Norm Nixon, 69-60.
He's a little upset, though. He's still upset about it.
He's a little vocal on that.
He doesn't talk very loud, but what he says, he won't repeat.
There's Kareem trying to take it away. Archibald open.
I'm really surprised he's not taking Nixon out of the game. They can't afford to lose him.
Maxwell with a backcourt steal. Archibald again. He's going to give it to Bird. To Maxwell. There's that ball movement that they do so very, very well. Los Angeles has asked for a timeout. They're going to get the timeout at the 7:19 mark.
It's a 22nd timeout. You saw the steal coming in right there as Maxwell snuck in to steal the ball. There's a pass to Bird. Drives it, penetrates, got Jones over. Good shovel pass over to Cornbread for the easy 2. This was not an official. He said, take it 20, guys. He just wants to give him some kind of information. Uses up that 22nd timeout without having to use one of his...
That last time I was interested, Tiny passed up the shot. Outside, losing a little confidence in that outside shot.
Well, on a situation like that, that open shot is not necessarily the best shot. That's the hardest shot to make, the one that he did not take. See, a lot of one of the important things in this league is knowing when to shoot. Because if you shoot at the right time, your chances are much better making it because you shoot with better confidence. That would have been a bad shot if Tiny had taken it, although he looked like he's wide open standing there.
Eddie Jordan has replaced Norm Nixon, who's on the bench with 5. Here comes Maxwell. To Parrish. Broken up beautifully by Cooper. And Cooper doing a tightrope dance as that will go back to the Boston Celtics.
This is just great individual hustle on the part of Cooper. Now you see the lob pass into Kareem. Now he tries to throw it into Jamal. He just mishandles it. Now here comes Cornbread down the floor. He sees the lead pass. There's Cooper with great speed. Comes in to intercept, which would have been a short 2 points.
And here's Cooper with a steal on Ford. Cooper with the quick hands has to bring it out to Jordan. The Lakers will have to reset it at the 6:53 mark.
His 6th steal of this game so far.
Brooks trying to get it into number 33, Kareem, working hard against Parrish. Wilkes again, and he's phenomenal today.
Well, he has really got the hot hand today.
Hey, you know, Jamal is not a bad player.
Think he can stay a while in this league?
He might make it.
21 points for Jamal Wilkes. 2 below his seasonal average. Archibald takes Jordan inside, a little pushing and shoving. Jordan coming away with a foul.
Now, he did a smart thing on this one, Bill. When he made the move, Gary, he leaned in to the man who was coming along with him to initiate some of the contact because the man was moving with him. When that happens, usually the foul will go against the defense. It did then. The Lakers are back up to that 6-point lead.
Right after the game, it's the finals of the Grand Prix Masters from Madison Square Garden. Ivan Lindell against Bjorn Borg.
Number 1 what?
Number 1. I mean, there's only one number 1, right?
No, number 1 what?
Keep asking that same question, Bill. I said. After that one miss there by Archibald, that was 7 missed foul shots by the Boston Celtics. He gets the second one. 71-66. 6:21 to go in this third quarter. Jordan off to Jim Jones. Bird coming out, playing the good defense. Drops back in to support inside. Here's Cooper. Michael Cooper.
He's not a bad player either.
I really like watching him play defense. He's the guy they brought off the bench and would give him a shot in the arm. Now the starter with Magic Johnson out of there. Archibald with Jordan on him. Into Parrish. Archibald. Rebound Jones.
Good pass by Robert Parrish.
Here's Cooper out of New Mexico. Jamal Wilkes.
Oh, he didn't shoot that one.
I think you got the right idea, though. He is hot. Kareem with Parrish up above the rim. You said many times, though, Bill, the guys that lead the league in rebound are the ones that get the rebounds below the rim. That time he went up high to get it. Archibald with Jordan on him. The Bird. Bird is open. Taking it down this time. Here's Cooper. They'll set it up.
Lakers are really forcing the Celtics outside a good deal more than the Celtics were able to do that to the Lakers. And that's really been the big factor, I think, in this game so far.
Well, the Celtics are not very crisp with running their plays. They're not getting the shots they want. But I noticed the other Friday night when I watched them play against San Antonio, when they had to run their plays, they were not nearly as effective. They ran out the lead on San Antonio by fast breaking, but when they had to run their plays, that's when the other team caught up.
21 points for Kareem Abdul-Jabbar. He'll be playing in that All-Star game February 1st. It'll be carried by CBS from the Richfield Coliseum. He was a leading vote getter for that Western Conference squad, the 11th time that he will be in that All-Star Classic. Bird, after the missed second shot, 22 points for Kareem, 74-66. Los Angeles, they've led all the way. We've been tied 6 times. That'll be kicked. Boston will inbounds the ball. Change coming in now. Brad Holland, 14, comes in, replacing Cooper. Holland has done a very good job for this team. Coming in spurts, giving a real shot in the arm, and everybody remembers that 6th game of the championship series last year against Philadelphia. Did an excellent job. Archibald off to Kevin McHale. Bird again. Celtics reeling that ball around. Bird faking Jamal Wilkes, tried to reach in on him. 8 seconds on the shot clock, and Tiny gets this one.
Now that's the same shot that he turned down, but this is a good shot. The other one would have been a bad shot.
74-68. The crowd now starting to heat up here in the Boston Garden. Jordan into Kareem. Look at him change the shot.
It's nice to be able to.
You're up that high, you can do anything you want, right? Archibald off to Parrish. Jordan on the pick by Parrish. Ford, 3-point play. Rebound by Jones. Jim Jones on the weak side coming down with it. Jones is just an excellent rebounder for this team. Aggressive, strong rebounder. He felt he couldn't be playing better when he was benched by Westhead, shaking his confidence, but evidently starting to get it back. 8 seconds on the shot clock. Here's Holland. Holland out of UCLA to Jordan. 3 seconds, 2, 1, and they're not going to get it off. That drives coaches crazy, doesn't it?
Now this is that shot that Kareem, that body control.
To be that tall, that agile, do what he just did. Good defense by the Celtics. The shot clock expiring, giving it back to Boston. Bird, and he's been fouled.
The Celtics they've been working harder on their defense, as indicated by the fact the Lakers have only gotten 2 baskets inside. And the Celtics have gotten 4 baskets, 5 baskets already inside of this quarter, so they're starting to do things a little bit better, but unfortunately for them, Cooper, Nixon, and Jamal Wilkes aren't missing on those outside shots.
That foul was on Eddie Jordan, his 3rd. Paul Westhead up in disbelief. Penalty, and as we said, Larry Bird shooting from the line, 85% this year. There's his average. Right now, he has 9 points. Has the steal, Archibald. Bird reached in and batted it away. Boy, that just hipped up play. And all of a sudden now it's a 4-point game. 76-72, the crowd ignited here. Parrish on Kareem. Kareem takes it in. Bird, now a chance to cut it to 2, the Boston Celtics. They've been tied 6 times in this game. Bird pressured outside. Archibald, look at Los Angeles hustle on defense. Traveling on Larry Bird.
Now, we'll take a look first here as a steal. Now watch Bird. Jordan has no idea. Bird sneaks behind there, knocks it away, right to Archibald, lays it in the basket. That last call, Bill, I don't understand. How can Bird have walked with the ball when he never ever had possession of it? That's the one call that always seems to amaze me. It bounced off his head. If he doesn't have possession, how can you have walked with it?
Well, Boston is trying to talk things over because Los Angeles called a timeout. 2:59 to go in this 3rd quarter of play. Here's what we'll be doing next week from the Spectrum in Philadelphia. 2 hot teams, Phoenix and Philadelphia, meeting for the first time this season. Dr. J, Dennis Johnson, Walter Davis now playing at guard. 76-72, 2:50 to go in the 3rd quarter. The crowd coming to life here. The Celtics with a spurt, cutting it to 4. Norm Nixon back in with 5 fouls. Bird, he comes away with it. Larry Bird off to McHale, a little bit out of control.
Well, he wasn't out of control. His pass was just a hair off the mark. It looked like McHale slowed down just a hair on the play. Now here we come with the play again. Nixon with the shot, a tough shot, fading away. Good defense by Archibald. Bird battles real hard to get the rebound here. Comes up the court. fights through some traffic. Now he makes the pass right there off of McHale's hand. Just a little bit, led him just a little bit too far.
The Lakers with the ball. Are you surprised Nixon's back in there?
No, they have to have him. And he plays so well with fouls.
There's Kareem. Rolls it in. One touch that time on the ball.
You see, there are certain times in the game when you need guys in there. And maybe now Westhead Farfield, this is the most important time of the game. And you got to have this guy in there. And so, due to the fact he's such a good player with 4 or 5 fouls, you can take a chance like that.
Speaking of Norm Nixon.
Forced inside that time. It causes another turnover for the Celtics.
78-72. Nixon inside. McHale trying to come away with it. He does. To Parrish.
That's great dribbling.
That's a long ways from the floor to where he's dribbling the ball. Parrish, nice head fake. Parrish now with 19 points. Maxwell with 19. Archibald with 15. 78-74 again. Boston within 4 points to the Lakers, a team they lost to twice last year. Cooper out to Jones. Boy, Bird is really playing Cooper tight. Nixon, he's hit 3 baskets. Foul difficult.
He brought him off the bench just for that reason right there.
Somebody forgot to tell him he's in foul trouble. 80-74.
That's a rare talent. It's because very few players can play it that well without the ball.
Bird trying to roll
that
it.
with 4 or 5 fouls.
Coming down again. Jones with the ball. Celtics awfully difficult chance, trying hard to get it to go, maybe trying too hard. Cooper out to Jordan. They cut it to 4, and then the Lakers bounce it back out to a 6-point lead. Broken up. Here comes Bird again. A chance to cut it to 4. Archibald, McHale. McHale comes away with it. To Kareem. Archibald, and they get him at the other end.
That was a mismatch, I think. Archibald trying to stop Kareem. I think it was a mismatch.
That's one of those times where you just shut your eyes and let him do it. Here's Archibald. Outside, 3-pointer. No, wait a minute. Time has expired here in the 3rd quarter. He did not get the shot underway in time.
They call an offensive foul on Archibald.
And so, after 3 quarters of play, the Lakers with an 82-76 lead. We'll be back with the final 12 in a moment. The preceding announcement was brought to you as a public service by the National Basketball Association. Be sure and stay tuned now for the MVP award at the conclusion of this game.
If the Celtics were smart, Bill, we talked about this during the timeout. That foul was called on Tiny before the clock actually had been over for the corner. The Celtics could have had a few seconds left to get a chance for a shot. I mean, the Lakers could have had a chance to get a shot off.
That was Archibald's 3rd foul, by the way.
But they did not appeal it.
82-76. Sit back. We should have quite a final 12 minutes. Rebound by McHale. Brings it out to Larry Bird. Into Parrish. Parrish going against Jim Brewer, and that one's going to be short. Cooper comes down with it. Jim Brewer in there now to play against Parrish as Kareem gets a blow. And there is Landsberger. It's off of Los Angeles. It'll be Boston basketball.
Now the Lakers got a fast break attempt that time. They only had, I think, 1 good attempt last quarter. The Celtics were able to get about 7 off, and that helped the Celtics somewhat, but of course the outside shooting the Lakers is what kept them in the lead.
Both these teams now with 21 turnovers after that last one. Here is Parrish, Brewer on him. The 4, McHale, the rookie who has great confidence, can't get that one. Brewer brings it down.
It's a lot of turnovers for a whole game, let alone for 3 quarters, especially for 2 big golf clubs.
No Cooper in the backcourt with Nixon, who again is playing with 5. Jamal Wilkes, Landsberger, Jim Brewer in the lineup for Paul Westhead. Nixon again. Parrish brings it down. Parrish with another rebound. He has 11 in this game. He's got to be considered for that MVP award. 82-76. Here's Archibald. Tipped up. McHale will get the follow, I believe.
They don't really have a legitimate center in the game right now, the Lakers. They're playing men who are usually strong forwards. Brewer is a strong forward normally. He's playing that center position.
82-78. Again, they've cut it to 4. That's been the magic number as far as the second half is concerned for Boston. Broken up by Archibald. Archibald reaching in. McHale has it. Archibald hustling down. What a year he's having. McHale again, and that's what I said about him. He really has confidence.
He wasn't bashful, I'll tell you that.
And all of a sudden, they finally have cut it within 2 as Kareem, you can see this guy figuring he has a battle coming up in the next few minutes. 2-point lead for Los Angeles. Cooper with Ford on him. Here's Jamal. He's open again. He got it, and a foul is coming up. Jamal Wilkes, who is now 9 of 13 from the field.
Foul's on Larry Bird.
He's like a safety valve. Whenever the pressure gets the greatest, he pops up.
A little release right there. They ought to be going to Jamal more. I mean, he's shooting unbelievable tonight, this afternoon. I keep saying tonight, I'm so used to doing night games.
23 points.
Oh, night games.
Lansberger going to the line.
By the name of that, wasn't it?
The foul was on Bird, his second. And there's Bird with the rebound. Larry not scoring a lot, but he's doing other things out there. Larry has 9 points. There's McHale into Parrish. Trying to get to McHale. Bird getting a little shove, but he got the touch. He has 11.
Kept his body down. Jamal Wilkes gave him a push, but didn't throw his shooting off.
It's a 2-point game again, and Wilkes, with one of his few misses, a loose ball foul coming up. It's either against Brewer or Landsberger. It's going to go against Landsberger, and that's 4.
And Bill, I don't think that was a good shot by Jamal. First one really out of his range. He was out near that 3-point line. That's a little bit too far for Jamal. He's basically 18 feet in.
There's some other scores. Portland now has lost that lead, I would say, to Milwaukee. Look at Washington over the Nets, who won last night. Philadelphia is putting it on Seattle. Into Parrish. Parrish trying to tie it up. The basket will count. We're all even and a chance for a 3-point play.
And I think the big fellow's going to come back in real quick here, Bill. There he is.
Well, you asked for it.
There's the play again. Now you see Brewer at such a disadvantage. Parrish, a little fake to the left, makes that turn move. Gets up for that jump shot of his. It's whacked on the elbow. Off the glass. Sometimes better to be lucky than good.
Well, the goggles are back on Kareem, and he's back in the ball game. And all of a sudden, the Celtics have taken the lead, 85-84. 9 minutes left.
They've run off 9-2 to get the lead.
So they finally got past that 4-point chasm. They couldn't seem to get closer. Now they have and have taken the lead. Brooks off to Cooper. Kareem back in as we mentioned. Look at the collapse on him. No foul, and here comes Archibald. Nixon back. Archibald with a stutter step, and he got him.
There's Kareem on this last play. The ball goes inside to him. Double team by 4, then Parrish. He gets it back up inside over his head. Now right there, ball reaches in by Parrish. He knocks it loose, and off to the races go the Celtics. They have now gotten control of this game, lead by 3.
Kareem Abdul-Jabbar with 28 points. This reminder, immediately following the conclusion of this game, we will have another report from CBS News. A special report on the American hostages in Iran. Then after that, we'll be joining Pat Summerall in Madison Square Garden for Grand Prix tennis. Right now, it's 87-84. Boston with the lead, the biggest lead of the game for the Celtics. Wilkes with Parrish on him, and look at the defense the Celtics are playing. 5 seconds on the shot clock. They don't get another one away. Parrish comes away with it. No foul, no harm on that one. For a moment, it looks like they're going to have a whistle. Archibald setting it up. Jordan on him. Getting ready to come into the ball game is Big Jim Jones. Here's Bird. Rebound. Pulled down by Big Jim Brewer. Boy, Brewer and Jones are 2 big horses on the boards. Here's Cooper down. Tipped up by Kareem. Look at his hustle. Brewer brings it out to Wilkes, and Wilkes hits another one.
There he goes. Still pressure, man.
They talk about the concentration he has. That's 25 points for him. Just doesn't seem to pay attention to anything around him, and he now has made it a 1-point game in favor of the Celtics.
Nixon back on the bench, still resting. He wants to keep it. He feels this game's going to be close.
Bird with Wilkes playing him tough. 6 seconds on the shot clock. 4, 3, 2. That's a 3-pointer. Air ball. Kareem brings it out to Cooper.
Cooper got a piece of that one.
Cooper out to Brewer. Brewer not known for his shooting, and Bird brings it down, and the Celtics still with a 1-point lead.
And that's why that was not a very good shot. That was the old brick, as they say in the league.
Line drive. Archibald. Jordan trying to get past the pick by Parrish. Bird to McHale. McHale with good body control. Rebound to Cooper. Chance to take the lead, the Lakers.
That's 3 bad shots the Celtics have taken. The Lakers come down, they converted on 1. This is a chance to convert again on bad shots by the Celtics.
Green backing in, and the Lakers take the lead. 20 makes that 30 points for Jabbar, and now Bill Fitch has called timeout.
And I think it's a very good timeout at this stage of the game. He doesn't want to let things get out of hand.
So Kareem Abdul-Jabbar, his high for the year, 42, has 30 with 6.5 left to play. You're looking at ML Carr in the civilian clothes. He's been out 39 games with a broken foot. They say he'll be ready to come back soon.
And if you're talking about this inside game the whole game, when the Celtics ran off 11-2, they got 4 inside baskets to take the lead. Then they came down and missed 4 straight outside shots. As a result, they're trailing again.
88-87 Los Angeles. Parrish up to Ford. They throw it away. You know, interestingly enough, Boston has held 16 opponents under 100 points. They've won all of them. That could happen again today. 6:19 left in this one. Jordan with Archibald on him to Cooper. Jones having a tough time hanging on. Out to Kareem. Kareem to Cooper. Good ball movement. 8 seconds on the shot clock. What a play by Wilkes. Same result.
Now, that shot looked so easy. That's why you don't know how many points he's got. But that was a spectacular shot.
That certainly was. He had great body control, changed his direction, and made it look like it was routine.
27 points for Jamal Ford. All of a sudden, the Lakers really making it tough to get the ball inside. And Parrish is fouled. Reaching in is Eddie Jordan. Coming in, Cornbread Maxwell. Kevin McHale will check out.
Neither team in a foul situation right now. It's 3 against the Lakers, 1 against the Celtics only. So the Celtics can afford to be very aggressive defensively. Lakers have to be a little cautious.
Well, the Celtics can afford to be a little more loose because they use more players. And they don't have the guys in the foul trouble.
Larry Bird. Rebound Kareem. The Lakers now have scored 6 straight.
But again, a long outside shot. As Bill pointed out, they're having trouble executing their offense. The Celtic teams like to get inside. This team is not doing it that effectively right now.
Jones with Bird on him. Steal by Archibald. Blocked by Cooper. What a play by Cooper, but Ford gets it. Michael Cooper blocked that one. And it's now 90.
There's a little contact somewhere on that play. They both end up on the floor.
That's exactly right. Something should have been called on that play. It was a great block, but there was contact after.
Norm Nixon getting ready to check in for Los Angeles. Out to Wilkes. Maxwell on him. 4:52 left in this game. Wilkes way short. Bird with a rebound. Again, Larry Bird, while he's not scoring, has done a very good job rebounding. Bird in this game, by the way, is 4 of 12 shooting from the field. He was 5 of 15 Friday night. Archibald. Green there again. Green having another superb afternoon.
And then this is a time players like Kareem are so valuable because this is when you miss a shot, they're always around there to get that rebound.
Well, you saw the contact there. Archibald actually put his left arm out to kind of keep Cooper away, so it's hard to say who fouled.
Well, there shows you how effective Boston has been. 19 of their last 20, 22 of their last 24. You know, we were talking about Larry Bird's shooting not really being all that good, but he's really done other things. He has 9 rebounds. He doesn't let that affect the rest of his game. Some players do, don't they? If they're not shooting well, the rest of their game goes down.
And what he's doing is, although he's shooting a low percentage, he's taking the shots that he has to take. You have to take, no matter how, if you miss all of them, you still have to take those shots. Because if you don't, the other team compensates, and the defense really gives the other 4 guys a hard time.
It's a 1-point game in favor of the Lakers. 4:25 left in this one. Boston with 3 timeouts left. Los Angeles with 2. Cooper with 4 dropping off of him. 6 seconds on the shot clock. 4, 3, 2, 1. He just got it underway. Kareem brings it down. Broken up by Parrish. Cooper has it. Kareem follows. Maxwell tries to get it out of there, and Wilkes comes away with it. Talking about some intensity in there.
These two good ball clubs. This is why they have such outstanding records. They're fighting for everything.
Nixon with Archibald on him. Kareem tries to take him in. Parrish with a quick hand, batted it away. Boy, for a big guy, you don't see him do that very often. Here's Parrish at the other end. Bird tries to follow. Maxwell has it. And now the Boston Celtics have taken the lead.
And a foul call by Jordan Shue.
Chance for a three-point play coming up. Excellent, excellent second and third efforts on this one.
All right, let's watch it again as you see Tiny Archibald come down in the break situation. Surveying the floor, sees Parrish open on the side, takes the shot. Now you see Maxwell battling underneath the boards with Jones. It bounces his way, goes back up, lays it in the basket.
I didn't see anybody near him to hit him, though.
I didn't see anybody that hit him either, but they obviously did.
Jones got the foul.
They called
That's
it on
5 on
Jones.
him. That's 5 on Jim Jones. So both he and Nixon have 5 each. I didn't see it either.
Must have caught him down low, below the shot on the camera angle we had.
92-90. Boston by 2. 3.5 minutes left. Playing 3 of tennis. Lindell, the 20-year-old Czech, against Bjorn Borg. And a foul. Robert Parrish picking it up.
Oh, he didn't hold him a whole lot.
Now, one thing you notice happened on this last play, we'll watch this isolation right here. Now, here's Robert, who's been battling all afternoon with Kareem. There you see they got bumped up, put his body on Kareem. They called a foul for impeding his progress that time. He's done a lot worse than that earlier in the game. Didn't get called for it.
3 fouls on Parrish. Wilkes, Maxwell on him. Look at Kareem setting the pick on Maxwell. That's all Wilkes needed. Jamal Wilkes with 29, Kareem with 30. And there's your score. It's all even. Woo, almost walked the ball. The American hostages, the CBS News special report immediately following the conclusion of this one. Archibald to Maxwell. Parrish, Kareem respecting him. Out to Ford. 3 seconds on the shot clock. 2 seconds. He just got it underway and he hit it. They used every second that time. Archibald with 21 points. 94-92. Kareem tries to tie it up. Parrish blocks it. Cooper. Parrish again. Robert Parrish, who is 4th in the NBA on block shots, really swatted that one away.
Now watch this play come again. Now watch Kareem. There's a lot of contact. Here he makes the move. He comes back underneath. It looked like he got hit on the arm. So now up for the shots, Cooper, and there's the block by Parrish.
That's the point you're making earlier. Something has to be called on that. You can't have a force out. It's got to be a foul or out of bounds. It's a foul this time.
Kareem got fouled in that last shot.
Yeah, I think
he got fouled pretty good.
94-92. Boston. Cooper trying to shake Chris Ford. And he did it. Michael Cooper getting open. Cooper with 8 points.
As the game gets fun, Bill, right? 2 good teams. See who executes the best in the last 2 minutes. And that's what it comes down to. The team that executes the best makes the fewest mistakes.
Playing in a place that's had some greatness. The Boston Garden. Larry Bird with Wilkes. Up to Parrish. Parrish maneuvering. Get it to go. Kareem giving him difficulty. Batted away by Nixon. Taken away by Archibald. Boy, the quick hands in this game. Bird again. He just can't get that shot to drop. We're going to have a jump ball. The 2 big men in the middle have a piece of it, and they'll jump it up. Parrish in this game has 22 points, 11 rebounds, 4 blocks, and 5 steals. You think he might be a candidate for an award at the end of this game?
He's making a run for it.
Here's Nixon. Nixon at the 150 mark. We're all even. 94 all here in this historic place, the Boston Garden. Celtics have won 6 in a row. Up it goes to Kareem. Up to Nixon, wide open. Parrish able to come away, loses it to Nixon. Nixon brings it back out, and they'll have a fresh 24 seconds to set it up. Boy, Nixon playing with 5 fouls, got away with that one. Cooper up to Jones. Bird is on him. Parrish again. Parrish is playing both ends of the floor.
Unfortunately, a lot of guys don't do that.
That's where you have to play defense. So you have to be able to do things like that to bury your defense. Because if you do one thing all the time, then the offensive guy can pick up another rhythm.
That was the 6th steal of the game for Robert Parrish. Ford, 3 seconds on the shot clock. 3-pointer. A 3-pointer by Chris Ford. This crowd is in bedlam here at the Boston Garden. 97-94. Ford, second in the NBA, and three-pointers hit up, big one there. Kareem trying to cut it to one. Follow Cooper. Cooper tries to bring it out. Somehow he gets it out, but Maxwell has it. No foul. Off to Archibald. 38 seconds. You see the time left. Everyone on their feet. A big steal by Cooper.
That was a great play by Cooper. Archibald had no idea where he was. Timeout by the Lakers. Now we're going to watch that great steal by Robert Parrish, Bill. There he comes, jumps right over the back. The pass was really lobbed too high. It wasn't a crisp pass. He was able to anticipate it, picked it off. Big three-point goal by Chris Ford. They've got a three-point lead.
Question I have, do you set up the three-pointer now or go down and get the two-pointer?
The Lakers really don't have real good three-point shooters. I think in this situation, they were maybe try to get inside and try to get a basket, hope for a foul, then play tough defense. If you can't get the ball back right away, Bill, would go for a steal then.
They'll have to get it back on defense. They'll have to go for an inside shot as quick as possible and try to make the Celtics miss one.
You know who their best three-point shooter is Jordan. He's 5 of 19, but you said it very well. They do not shoot well. They've only hit 20% of three-pointers.
Three-point shot. If I was a coach, I would have been sitting there going, no, Chris. Oh, great shot. That was not a real great shot at that time, but it was good because it went in.
And there's a foul by Archibald. Archibald committing a personal. That against Archibald is his fourth personal.
Good foul. See, now what they did, they used up some time now. He's not shooting yet.
Not in the penalty.
So that's using the clock up, so now they don't have to shoot again.
The next time they will be in the penalty. Into Kareem. It's a one-point game. 97-96. You see the time left.
They don't have to shoot.
Jones picking up on Maxwell.
They're going to have to foul real quick here.
Archibald. And Archibald is fouled by Nixon, and Nixon will foul out of the game. I would say he got his money's worth on that foul.
Well, he was just trying to take a foul, and he swung at him and unfortunately caught Tiny in the face. I'm sure it was not intentional. He tried to go over to apologize to him. Let's take a look at it right here. Here he's going now. He's actually grabbing on there. See, he swings, and his momentum carries around and caught him in the face. He's trying to go for a steal. Make sure he gets the foul.
All right, you guys, I want you to get ready now for your vote on the MVP.
Well, I think it depends who wins the game.
All right. Archibald at the line. Nixon is fouled out.
You see, if they make both free throws, now they have to go for the three-pointer, and they have plenty of time to get one off. If he misses one of these free throws, they got a chance to tie it on a regular play by going inside.
Now they send Jordan in. That's the guy we told you that's their best three-pointer. As far as shooting from that area, he's hit 5 of 19. He comes into the game with 9 seconds left. Archibald.
Now that makes it very, very interesting because the Lakers have a golden opportunity here to tie this game with 9 seconds to go. They'll get it at half court on the timeout.
Bill Fitch has called the timeout thinking that very thought. All Westhead's team still alive.
I notice even got Bill Russell here rubbing his hands on this. These are fun when they get down here. That's because you're cold too, though, isn't it?
Yeah, I'm cold.
All right, we'll be back with the final 9 seconds in regulation of play. It's a one-point game here in the Boston Garden. Bill Fitch is just saying, did you hear what he just said?
He said, hey, fellas, we can win by 1, but win by 2. He says, a lot of times I thought we couldn't win. And he's just telling, hey, don't get yourself down. Make this free throw, play the good defense, and I think we're going to win this game.
In fact, that's what he said. I think we are going to win. There's our producer, Robert Stenter, our director, Sandy Grossman, the best in the business. With Mike Albanese, his social producer, and our feature producer who put the Celtic Dynasty together, Mike Burks, Rich Nelson, our graphics coordinator, and Walter Pyle, our EIC.
My vote is if the Lakers win, I take Jamal, and if the Boston Celtics win, I'll go with Robert Parrish.
Mr. Russell?
Hey, I always go to sinners. Always. See,
well, I was going to agree.
But I'll tell you, Jamal Wilkes has had an outstanding game.
Yes, he has.
You know, he has been and he's been making the shots when they need him too.
Archibald, a one-point lead for the Celtics goes to 2. Timeout called, and they'll take it out at the half-court line.
Well, who do you think's going to shoot this one?
Eddie Jordan, maybe, huh?
I doubt it.
Well, that's right. They
got to go for the tie.
They're going to Kareem or
They
Jamal.
gotta go for the big guy.
Kareem or Jamal. They've got 3 guys that are tough.
So that missed free throw, Rick, as you mentioned, really changes the complexion on this trip down the floor by Los Angeles.
Follow me? Silk
being Jamal Wilkes.
Silk is Jamal Wilkes. Yes, what they're going to do is throw it into Eddie Jordan. Jamal's taking that out of throw it in. He will then cut off of Kareem like he's going to go down low, past Kareem and off a double screen. He will reverse and come back off Kareem outside for a jumper. And after he comes back off Kareem, Kareem will step in. Jordan either throws it to Jamal for the jumper or Kareem inside.
Now, Wilkes won a game Friday night, a last-second shot against New Jersey. They wanted to go to Kareem that time, didn't they? But this time they're seeking him.
No, they're seeking either one of the two. Jordan's got the option. They're going to try to get the ball to Jordan. Wilkes will then run off the screen by Kareem, come back out again off of it. There he goes.
All right. You see the time left. 2-point lead for the Boston Celtics. Jamal Wilkes. Rebound, follow Cooper. The game is over. The Boston Celtics have won it 98-96. Wilkes had the shot. Cooper couldn't get the follow to get up and in. '96, some game, huh?
So I guess we have to vote for Parrish, huh?
That's right.
Robert Parrish, our MVP, our Miller MVP today. Great game for him, 22 points, 11 rebounds, and 6 steals. So for Rick Barry and Bill Russell, this is Gary Bender saying so long for the Boston Garden. Stay tuned now. We'll be bringing you another special CBS update on the American hostage estate in Iran, and also following that, Grand Prix tennis from Madison Square Garden. So long, everybody.
The NBA on CBS is sponsored by the Miller Brewing Company, brewers of Miller High Life. If you've got the time, we've got the beer. GE. At GE, we bring good things to life. And by Old Spice Stick Deodorant for 24-hour deodorant protection and that great Old Spice scent. The NBA on CBS is a presentation of CBS Sports.